Hi, my name is Rajneesh and I have designed a concept for Lisa and Max, our clients for this assignment. So the Mackenzie and Casella designs, as you can see on the presentation board, I've kind of kept to the core requirements that I identified in the client's brief, which was a contemporary design, a design that was versatile, and a design that brought in an element of calm, something where they can create a space that they can unwind in. So going through the design process, I wanted to select pieces that not only worked with the current collection that the clients have, but adds to it as well, and kind of gives them space to evolve their new style in the new space because it is the first time they've purchased a space that is their own after renting for multiple years. So I kind of wanted to give them that contemporary element, something soft, something versatile that would grow with them as their life kind of develops in this space. So as you can see in the layout that I've done, the scale layout, I've kind of done it so that as you enter into the space, you've got the dining table on the left. While I've got it displayed as a six-seater, it can also be compacted into a four, so it gives them a bit more space to use it on a day-to-day, but when they want to entertain, at least they can expand that table and really, have a comfortable seating. And then when you move into the living area, I've kind of sectioned that area off with quite a large rug. It's a very beautiful hand-woven rug that comes from New Zealand. And I've thought that that would be a better way of sectioning the space instead of using room dividers. And then in that space, I've kept it contemporary but very cozy as well. I wanted elements that when Max and Lisa were at home alone, they felt like they could lounge around on the couch or read a book on the armchair. But when they had friends over, it was a space that could seat at least 12 people, maybe less, if you brought in other chairs, while being quite contemporary. So I think that was quite well done in that design. And then when we move over to the floor and wall finishes, I opted for something that was warm on the northerly wall, so it's kind of works as a feature wall. I've got it as a lime wash effect, which ties in that element of working with pottery that Max does on a daily basis, but also Lisa and Max both love collecting ceramics, so it kind of draws in that passion. That leads us to the bedroom, which creates a nice little cozy cave that enters into the space, creating that element of calm and peace, which is kind of the headspace you want to be in when going to a bedroom. The rest of the three walls in the studio apartment I've got as a soft white. It gives them a blank canvas to kind of showcase the artworks that they've collected and curated throughout their life experience, and it gives them space to, I guess, collect more as life goes on. With the floor finishes, I've opted for a epoxy finish on both the living and the bedroom area. So for the main living dining area, I've got a cut and coat system, which is quite similar to a polished concrete finish that you would find, but it's significantly more durable. So for clients that love to do cooking, they love to do entertaining, they have quite a dynamic lifestyle, it's a floor that will last. It won't get stained, it won't get scratched, and it will increase the longevity of the floor. For concrete that's gone through like an industrial period and now is going to residential, you want to kind of support the longevity of that floor. And I think a cut coat system not only is a cost-effective solution, it's a great contemporary solution. And then leading into the bedroom, we've got a flake epoxy floor, and the Hyperflake floor is quite dynamic in the way it brings in that natural element of raw stone while having the durability of epoxy. We've added a sprinkle of microflakes, a 10% microflake, just so it glimmers if Lisa or Max light a candle or add a bit of mood lighting in there, and you've got that softness in that space. Because it's quite a bright studio apartment, I wanted those little whimsical touches, which is something that Lisa and Max did ask for in their brief. And because it's a full epoxy floor throughout the apartment, no transition strips are required. And then to keep in with that contemporary aesthetic of the overall apartment, there's no baseboards and there's no trims required because it's going to be a seamless finish. So yeah, so that's the design I've created for Max and Lisa, and I hope you guys like it. Please refer to the presentation board and the scale drawings that I have done. And if you have any questions, I will am looking forward to hearing. Thanks.